Hey everybody, this is Cut and Dry. Welcome to episode 10. That's 1-0. We've made it. This is a long time.
It's a milestone.
We out here.
It's kind of a milestone. I'm Tim with Will.
Fuck off, losers.
Wow.
I said I was changing it up on you. Pardon my French, but fuck you.
Eric.
What's up, motherfuckers?
John.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, how are ya?
Hi. You can't answer my question, but hi.
Bang bang.
Let's just jump right into it. Nobody really cares here, but I care. Andrea Thessaloniou scored his 30th goal yesterday this season.
Woo!
If nobody understands how huge that is, we haven't had a 30-goal scorer in 9 years. So, and
What?
yeah, just so you can see the downfall of the Red Wings. We haven't had a 30-goal scorer in 9 years, and the last 30-goal scorer we had was Marian Hossa, who had 40, but it was also followed by Datsuk, Zetterberg, and Franzen.
Yeah, no, what I really know about hockey is that the Wings have been sucking lately.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I
But
know.
the thing I really want to get into, mostly, is that everybody's like, tank for Hughes, which you probably don't know, but Hughes is supposed to be the next big thing, right?
Okay.
Right. I know that one.
The next, like, who is he compared to? Like, Crosby?
If Andrew Luck was in the draft next year and you needed a quarterback.
So he's a genius.
We're talking about hockey players, though.
But, like, that's what I'm comparing to.
Compared to a hockey player,
Well,
like
he's-
Crosby.
If I'm going to give you a hockey player and you're going to be like,
you're
who?
not gonna know. Like,
Fair enough. I was saying,
at least I have some type of knowledge. We know you have zero.
I named one.
He got
One.
Crosby.
No,
Isn't
so
he, like, really fucking good?
Crosby is really good. But
I wouldn't want that if he was compared to Crosby, though.
Hell no.
Just for the simple fact that
it's
Isn't he a
Crosby.
crybaby?
he's soft.
Okay.
That's just my
bitch.
opinion.
But,
I feel like that's everyone's opinion. As long as you're not supporting Crosby's team, everyone else hates him.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Yeah, I mean, but also, guy's a winner too. So
So what's this?
fucking piece of shit.
What's this
But
guy's name? The draftee?
Hughes.
Hughes? Okay.
So, what I believe is, because everybody's like, tank for Hughes. No professional team is going to intentionally tank, right?
All professional teams
No.
Not on
that is
purpose.
false.
There's no way they do.
Browns?
They weren't doing it on purpose.
No.
The 76ers
They weren't doing it on purpose.
to be able to get Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid back-to-back years with Markelle Fultz.
You
the
think
following year?
you think that the coaches went up to those players and were like, "Hey, we're going to replace you, so we're going to need you to do really bad, and you're going to lose your starting job."
Yeah, not the coaches, I would say, but the general managers who make the roster decisions on who they're placing on these rosters, yes. Because that guy from the 76ers he got caught doing it pretty much.
Yeah.
He got fired. But look what happened now to the 76ers organization. Trust the process. That was his whole little thing.
Yeah, but
You guys remember that? And
yeah.
what happened?
No, what I'm saying though
We're
is like, look at the Red
trusting.
Wings.
Yeah,
So the Red Wings win their last 4 in a row, which is
So
obviously
they're clearly
not
not
good.
tanking.
Which is obviously they have a whole bunch of young talent on their team. Those are people that are fighting for a paycheck.
Right. They're still developing.
Yeah, so like you have players like Larkin who are going to be there next year, and Mantha who are going to be there next year, but you don't know. Does Rasmussen have a chance on the team next year? Does who else? Bertuzzi and all the young guys that they're having out there, like they're playing to win. And Andreas Thessaloniou scores his 30th goal. He's playing to get paid.
Facts.
So
Well, I mean, if you're sucking the whole season, I don't think it's going to change at the end.
I mean, it does help you like individually wise though, like as a
No,
player.
no. Like, as a coach or whatever, you're like,
Yeah.
all right, he's playing his ass off. He's doing this.
That's what I'm saying. So you're
But at the same time, you can still play your ass off and lose.
yeah, but that's like if a coach wanted to tank, he would intentionally put players in bad positions.
Yeah, well, that's why you're like, all right, listen, you were a great goalie this whole game. We're tied with a minute left. You might accidentally slip and let a goal in.
And
You'll keep your job.
yeah, right. If I'm a goalie, I'm telling you no. Or I'll say, all right, and if a goal goes in, like, hey, look, did my job, you're welcome. But if it doesn't go in, I'm like, look, meh.
It was an easy shot. I couldn't let it go by.
There's no
I'm
way.
just saying.
Those guys are the most competitive people in the world. We talked about this. They think they're the best.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's Tigers opening day happen.
They got a dub.
Finally.
Started off.
Just started off.
Man.
Wins
Started
a
off
win,
perfect
right?
Season.
Zimmerman goes.
There's only like 160 games left. No big deal.
Yeah. Zimmerman goes 6 2/3. Perfect game. Jinxed.
Yep.
Infield hit. And he gets no run support. Gets a no decision.
Yep.
They win 2-0 in the top of the or bottom of the 10th, and then they go back-to-back games without scoring a single run.
I mean, if you count the first game too, they haven't scored a single run in the first.
And
9
regulation,
innings.
they haven't scored they haven't scored a single run this season in regulation yet. So
Starting off strong, I like
Talent.
it. I like it.
it seems like it's gonna be another
Long year.
long.
Where did they go
160
wrong?
and 2.
Because like they used to be really fucking good.
Yeah, people's contracts expired. They got moved one person, and then another person left, and then suddenly nobody wants to be here. And
I think they went wrong by just having Dombrowski in general, but that's just me. And then obviously with Illich passing away.
yeah, I honestly think that like the team will have a chance to make a playoff push if they're obviously winning games near and when October comes. But it's because of Gardenhire. I think
Yeah.
he can get the most out of the team.
Yeah, I also feel though that even though Gardenhire is, I'm not going to say he's a great manager, but he's a good manager, and I feel that the team that we had when Brad Osmus got brought on was a team that Gardenhire should have had.
Oh, absolutely.
Now the roster we have should be a Brad Osmus style team because
Kind of.
a young guy, he's able to, put his vision in place and be able to take control.
Coach
be able
those
to-
players up the way he wants to see them
exactly,
coached up.
because that team that Osmus had.
Those
Not
those
the
players,
guys. The
they don't
guys
even
weren't
need a
older
manager.
than him, but those guys had a lot more experience in baseball than just what he had.
Yeah. Well, it's the thing. It's like that weird thing when like players are like, "Do we even need a manager? Like, we're already managing this team ourselves. We know how it goes day by day." Like, all Osmus is doing at that point is,
Showing up.
just kind of, "Hey, man, have a good game, bud."
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
So, I definitely believe that if Gardenhire was there when Osmus was there, I think we would have had way more success. So, unfortunate timing. I also believe that if Jim Schwartz was our head coach this year, then the Lions would be in a way better position than having Patricia.
I
Are you
feel
talking
like
about the year like coming up, or are you talking about the year prior?
I'm
I
talking
feel
about
like if Jim Caldwell was our coach, like
I'm talking about this year. If Schwartz was our head coach going into this year,
Okay.
I think they would have a great chance. Now, the reason I think that Schwartz did not work out here is because he was a defensive-minded coach, which, guess what? We had a great defense, but he couldn't get the offense running.
to buy
One
in.
year we had a great defense.
Yeah, but
The
that
rest,
was...
the rest of the last like 2 or 3. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
like so he
was
finally
average.
get all his players in, puts the defense together, and then boom, you're out of here.
Right.
So like he
No,
could have kept
I
it going.
I wanted when they fired Schwartz, I was upset.
So like the way I look at it is, I think he was wrong timing because now Stafford's well into his career. He knows how to run the offense. He knows the ins and outs of the NFL. So
Stafford needs to be protected,
right, but here's the thing: is now if we had a defensive-minded coach come in now,
which we do. Patricia is a defensive-minded coach.
not as good as
Just
Schwartz.
saying.
He's nowhere near as good as Schwartz. Everywhere
I'm not
Schwartz
saying
has been.
I'm not saying that, but you're saying that we don't have a defensive-minded coach, and we do.
But I want one that is as dominant as Schwartz. Because Stafford can run the offensive side of the ball now.
But they don't let him.
But they would if he was not the only,
My thing is get just for the fact that we have Matt Patricia, it still bugs me to this day because I try to just put together his resume. Like, what the
New
fuck
England.
has he done?
been an average defense forever.
Not even average. Not even average.
I mean,
And that's,
the guy's a rocket scientist, though.
in what?
I don't fucking know.
Rockets.
Oh no.
No, I mean, like I said, I wasn't thrilled when we got him. I definitely would have rather. I've said it several times over and over. I wanted Schwartz back, but he's what we
Would
got.
he come back?
No.
Probably
Hell
not.
no. Hell no.
I always said that I would love to have Schwartz as a defensive coordinator, but He'll never come.
That's
do
what
that
I'm saying.
here.
I was like, if we could have like demoted Caldwell to just offensive coordinator, brought Schwartz back in as a defensive coordinator, and then hired somebody as fucking head coach.
Yeah, but you're not gonna be able to do that within the same organization.
No chance.
I mean,
No chance.
it's a good song. But no, I mean,
Vince McMahon.
you have having Jim Caldwell or Matt Patricia, Jim Schwartz, whoever the case may be, these guys that we known as coordinators. Besides Caldwell, obviously Caldwell being the head coach for the Colts for 2 years?
Yeah, but then went over to the Ravens and was the offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator, QB coach, or whatever. But when do these guys realize? And I say this besides Jim Caldwell, because Jim Caldwell, I'm not saying he had phenomenal seasons with Detroit, but
9-7, 9-7.
yeah, but
9-7.
but 9-7 is better than what we were having.
Mediocre, slightly
It's
above
mediocre.
average.
It's mediocre, slightly above average, like you say. But these other guys have accepted the role. Jim Schwartz has accepted the role of, hey, I'm a coordinator.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm not a head coach.
Because you look at somebody who I believe is one of the greatest defensive coordinators that's in the league now, and has done it with several different teams, is Wade Phillips.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Wade Phillips has done it with several different teams or several different organizations under several different head coaches, and still produces what he needs to produce. And Schwartz does the same as a coordinator. Now it's one of those things where it's you bring it down to our level, us guys that that work like the 9 to 5s, you know what I mean? Shit like that, just shift schedules. You have a lot of good workers. Are good workers always good managers?
No.
And that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that makes
that's
perfect sense.
that's what it is.
No, that makes perfect sense. I'm really curious as to see where we take it this year, because last year was a clear disappointment.
Yeah.
But the second half of the season, that defense really got going. Stafford has to be protected. This is like the second straight year that he's either led or almost leading the league in sacks. That guy is getting.
Doesn't help
beat
that not a
up
single
back there.
receiver can get separation.
Yeah, it's separation. I mean, it's not just the protection.
I'm not. I mean, it is protection also, but it is also separation. I mean, T.J. Lang retired, but he was hurt. Rick Wagner constantly got hurt. Taylor Decker missed the first 6 or 8 games.
I want to say in total, let's just go off the 2 years that we had Lang and Wagner. I want to say in those 2 years, probably a total of just over a half a season that whole offensive line
that's what I'm saying,
actually worked together.
And you need continuity. But so you got half the season. With half the season gone, the second half of the season, the defense comes alive, starts making plays. Then we get this defensive, Trey Flowers, et cetera, et cetera. I'm curious as to see where we can take it this year.
Well, I guess we'll have to see, because
Let's see what we do in the draft.
I was going to say the draft is going to be huge on what we do. And I'm really going to be upset if they go wide receiver.
What, at pick 8?
Yeah.
Who would they take at pick 8? Metcalf or A.J. Brown?
That's what it seems like.
I don't think that they would go that route.
I want to get more defense in there.
I mean, with us getting that corner that came from Oakland. Rasheen. I
can't
his
remember
last
his
name.
name.
But with getting him, that obviously tosses who I thought we would have grabbed up was Greedy Williams.
Honestly,
I don't think so.
I see us go on defensive end. It's either going to be, like I said, I posted on Facebook. Peter Schrager did a mock draft, and he had Quinn and Williams falling to us. I don't see that happening at all. But if that were to happen, that would be phenomenal. But I don't think he's going to be there. I don't think Josh Allen's going to be there. I want him to. But more likely, it would be like a Montez Sweat or the Clean Farrell or whatever his name is.
I know what you're talking about.
So it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be defensive lineman or linebacker like Devin Bush or Devin White.
I still believe we should.
I don't think Bush is going to go that high.
But
Devin White.
Even if he doesn't go that high, would
Devin
you want
Bush-
Devin Bush?
Well, Devin Bush
At 15?
He's not going to.
At 15? We trade back. Yeah. We can grab
Well,
him
the
at
Packers.
15.
I feel like the Packers are going to grab him at 12. That's that pick right there, pick 12.
See, I don't see
I'd
them
be careful
going.
with the Packers.
I don't see
think
them going. I don't see them going middle linebacker. Seeing that they still have Jake Ryan on there.
The Packers might be
Jack
going.
Ryan.
I thought they lost Jake Ryan.
No, he's still on there.
The Packers might be going quarterback here in the next few years. So
This isn't the draft to do that though, unless you go deep. Unless you go deeper down and
I'm
grab
just saying,
it.
if
yourself,
you,
If you see if Locke's there at 12, you can grab
I'm
Locke.
just saying, if Haskins is there at 12 by some chance,
I don't see that
I could see
happening.
it possible.
I don't see Haskins dropping out of the top 10. Teams are going to trade up for him.
Well, the only reason he would drop that far is if the trade goes through, where like they said with Josh Rosen going to either the Giants, Patriots, or they said the Chargers.
what happened there? Josh Rosen was supposed to be the man.
Bruce Arians wasn't there.
Yeah, I guess. So Bruce Arians has no faith in him.
Bruce Arians wasn't there.
Jeez.
So my question,
Talking about Kingsbury,
yeah.
Kingsbury.
Yeah,
my
whatever his name
question,
is.
I'm going to throw a little comparison out this for fantasy football purposes. I'm a little worried about Saquon Barkley coming into this year because look at what happened with David Johnson over in Arizona last year. No offense. The quarterback, not no offense because, obviously they have a quarterback and receivers, but their offense couldn't get going and every defense could key on David Johnson. Right now, the Giants have an old-ass Eli Manning. They got rid of Odell. So, they got Sterling Shepard.
They have better weapons. Even though their weapons are...
But can Eli get their weapons the ball?
All you need to understand, though, is one thing, though, is Eli, as old as he is, he's still a veteran quarterback in the NFL, and he still knows what he's doing. He's still going to be able to put Saquon Barkley in a position to have, whether if you're running to a loaded left side, he's still going to check out of that and say, you know what, maybe we should throw a little swing pass.
But
to the
what
right
do you
side.
do when they put 8-9 people in the box, knowing that Eli Manning can't make those throws?
He's still chucking that bitch. He knows what he has to do because, like Timmy just said, he has that veteran. He's been in the league, so he knows what he has to do.
Look at what happened to David Johnson.
So
Who was David Johnson's quarterback when they all fell off?
It was Josh Rosen. No, it was
It's a rookie quarterback.
Young guys.
wasn't it? I want to say Sam Bradford.
You're talking about down the line when Palmer was there and got hurt, and then Bradford
No,
got
I
hurt.
was talking about the last season,
Yeah, Bradford was.
Bradford was the lead
for
guy
3 games or
until
something.
he got
and then it was Rosen.
hurt
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is so when Palmer was there, of course David Johnson was doing well because Palmer was getting them in positions that they could be successful in, right? So you get to the line, you're like, oh shit,
Right,
this
but
linebacker
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about last year.
right
David Johnson's production dropped.
because he had Rosen.
Right. Because he didn't have an offense that could move the ball.
I think it's more.
But your offense goes
just
through
don't-
your quarterback. The quarterback's the
Exactly.
second person that touches the ball on offense.
I think it's more of Rosen not putting them in a good enough or being able to check out of it because that camera in their mic cuts off at 20 seconds.
Yeah, something like that. I think the play clock for them cuts off at 20 to 15.
So you guys have no worries going into
For Saquon, no,
No.
not one.
none.
No, because the thing is the reason why is that Odell didn't play all of last year. He missed games.
This is true.
And Barkley still did
He
fine.
missed games, but Barkley led the league in total yards.
I'll say
He had 2,000 plus yards.
I listened to the
Total.
fantasy footballers podcast. We talk about this all the
Yeah.
time, but they were talking about how Saquon Barkley 100% of his games he scored above average, but not once did he have a big breakout game.
You don't need to though.
Well, I'm saying on my fantasy team in our league, he was averaging I think it was about 20 points a game,
Which
for
is
me.
beautiful.
Yeah, which
It's
is
great.
awesome, but you also got to think
But then you
that.
got Christian McCaffrey and Todd Gurley who are dropping 30, 40 plus.
I'd be careful. I don't think Christian McCaffrey.
But you also got to. It also is going to go off of the sense of the scoring in those fantasy leagues. Because,
Also true in our leagues where PPR.
because you look at it, Saquon was probably outscoring Gurley in some games also because Saquon was getting involved in the passing game where
Gurley not so much.
Gurley not so much. You know,
Gurley's getting 2-3 touchdowns a fucking game.
yeah, that's good. That's obviously different. That's
unbelievable,
that's obviously
You know
different.
how frustrating it is to watch that guy fall down on the
Listen.
2-yard
Yeah.
line.
Do you know
You're
how-
like, are you kidding me?
I will forever hate Todd Gurley because his rookie year,
Balls out.
he balls out. So then the next year, my keeper was Antonio Brown. And I'm like, you know what? I'm all in on this guy. I'm like, look, dude, I'll trade you Antonio Brown for Todd Gurley straight up his sophomore year. Dude fucking bombs it.
Well, that's why I call it the sophomore slump.
I
you
know.
do.
So then 2 years ago, I'm like, I'm not even drafting this motherfucker. Fuck him. Zane drafts
Zane
him.
goes around in every league and gets him in the third fucking
and
round.
fucking he
Wins 2 leagues.
spectacular. Yeah, fucking wins 2 leagues. It's fucking. I hate him. Like that's why I'm not gonna draft him again. But that's why I won 2 leagues next year.
You see, but
But he's still not drafting him.
you're not drafting him for that aspect. I'm not touching him since he's got the arthritis. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
something's definitely.
well, it just came
up.
out. He has arthritis
That's what
in
it is? Okay.
his knee.
Dang.
And,
I didn't know that.
yeah. So,
Zane, don't listen to this.
so I mean, he's gonna obviously
Still
that
keeping
style.
him.
You still keep it.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason why the Rams matched what the Lions put down on Malcolm Brown. I'm trying to, because we obviously went to go sign him and they matched our offer, and they obviously re-signed him.
Yeah.
And he's aging.
Sleeper alert.
He's
Drafting in the 14th
aging.
round.
He's aging, but they don't want C.J. Anderson because they got Brown right there.
I don't know, man. C.J. Anderson's like the perfect backup right now.
Dude, they
Fresh legs
from what
for
I
the
read,
playoffs,
like
dude.
they
Oh.
really liked him, Malcolm Brown. They really liked him.
Yeah.
And then something happened. He was like either hurt or suspended or something. That's why he didn't get as much playtime as they wanted to give him.
No,
That's
I
why
mean,
they went
yeah.
for CJ.
Yeah, it could have been just also off of inexperience.
Yeah.
I mean that.
C.J. Anderson has all the
Yeah,
experience.
he's been to the Super Bowl.
That motherfucker ran for like 100 yards 3 games straight.
Facts. Exactly.
Well, that's just fresh
Boy,
legs.
bowling ball.
That's just fresh legs.
He did fucking look huge out there.
Bro, you look.
He never looked that big in Denver.
No,
He did
no,
not.
he did not.
You know what he
Well, the
reminds me of
altitude,
right
man.
now?
Couldn't breathe.
You know what he reminds me of?
That.
When he was running last year, he reminded me of like the way MJD used to run.
Yeah, I can see. I can 100% see that.
Little
comparison.
short, stocky guy, just kind of bouncing off people.
Yeah.
He was a monster.
He was one of my favorite people. Oh,
He
dude.
was a legit bowling ball.
Literally
Legit. Fuck that.
knock all the pins down.
Yeah. Will couldn't throw that one.
He probably could.
Maybe.
But
Probably 27. I'll throw 27 miles an hour.
So let's throw out some bold predictions, either for fantasy or for just the regular NFL season coming
See,
up.
man, just you bringing it up of fantasy, like, just for just a little bit, man. This shit just gets me hyped, man.
Bro,
I love fantasy.
live for
This is the
fantasy
worst time
football.
right now, right? Like for us in Detroit, we got really nothing going on for us. This is a really slow season for us. The baseball season just starts, which is exciting, but we know we're going to suck again. So
Pistons are making a playoff push.
We suck at ya. Sorry.
you know what I mean? Like the Red Wings, nope.
We suck at ya.
See that's just shitty, man. Like
After
with
what,
the
25 years, 26 years?
Dude,
man,
That hurt.
like it was pretty
just more
much
painful because the Red Wings were all we had.
True.
I mean,
And
the
now
Tigers were always
Tigers
somewhat
had a little-
relevant.
they had the little
They had that
run.
like little jump.
Yeah.
But the Red Wings were just always like, you knew no matter what happened, you were falling back. Come fucking April, you were watching playoff hockey with the Wings.
Yeah.
100%.
Which I don't care what anybody says. Even if you don't like hockey, any playoff hockey is the most exciting playoffs.
Well,
Yeah, I would say
that's the only time I watch
hockey
hockey.
in general, even though I'm a diehard football fan and I can go watch, I'm one of the, I get separated from the age group, but I can go down to Comerica Park or, sit at home and watch baseball.
Sure.
Basketball, I can do it. Hockey, I can't watch on TV,
Sure.
but
you can watch it.
that
there.
is the most intense
Dude,
event that I ever been to.
I literally
like legit.
have you been to a playoff hockey game?
Playoff hockey? No.
Oh, my
But I've been
God.
to a hockey game.
Yeah.
This is I would say easily 10 years ago.
Sure. So we were 10
know-
years ago would have been Stanley Cup here.
But like shit like that, it didn't matter who it was. Actually, I'll never forget because they were doing, how sports teams do, like, when they remember teams of the past and shit like that.
Yeah.
We're actually playing the Flyers. And like just the shit that was happening, like I didn't know all the knowledge and all that shit, but when they were presenting like certain players that came out and they're talking, and the next thing you know, boom, shit just went a total different route. Like these people that probably never even seen these other motherfuckers play, it was just like it felt like high school and college like sport
Like
rivalries type
rivalries?
shit.
Yeah.
Like that shit was fucking
That-
nuts.
it's
bro.
the whole
like
thing
everybody
with hockey, man.
bought into the shit.
Yes, that's the thing. Like the thing about me is like with football, every game matters.
Yeah,
If
sure.
you lose 2 or 3 games in a
Sure,
row,
sure, you're
your
done-
season's in jeopardy.
Yeah, sure.
All right. The thing with
100%.
baseball and hockey and even basketball,
Basketball.
you can go on a 3-4 game losing streak, and it's
And
like,
it not really matter that much. But the thing is like in hockey, when you get to that point, when April is starting to come around, and if you lose 3 games in a row, you might be on the bubble of getting out. All the teams are so close to that playoff push. It is so like this is what people are like. Oh, it's so easy to make the NHL playoffs. Really? Is it? Because there's so many teams that are just on that bubble of getting in that if you lose 3 games in a row, you might not make the playoffs.
True.
Right, no, I get that. I'm just saying, like, I can't personally put myself in front of the TV and watch a game that, for the most part, like, especially in the beginning of the season, is
Essentially
meaningless.
doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's meaningless.
But
But with football, literally every game matters.
Yeah,
every
that's fair.
single game matters.
I'll tell you, the most exciting sporting event I've ever been to, Game 6, Red Wings, Ducks. Wings were down 2-1. We score, tied up.
Game 6, and we were down 2-1.
2-1, like goals, 2-1.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
And-
that doesn't add up.
Yeah, so it's like late in the third. We score to tie it 2-2. We go to overtime. I think 30 seconds at overtime. Zetterberg scores, slap shot, top of the circle. Never been more excited in my entire life. We go Game 7, beat the Ducks in Game 7 in advance. Oh, jeez. I don't remember what year it was, but, oh, God, it was such a good game.
Here's John with some breaking news.
Hey, we had another number 1 seed fall out of the tournament just about 2 seconds ago.
No way.
It proves that defense does at least win games
No
because
way.
Texas Tech just put the clamps on Gonzaga.
See ya.
Bye-bye
So, yeah.
brackets.
Well, brackets have been gone.
like, that's like the dagger. Like,
Hey,
toodaloo.
you know, everybody, 80% of the world still has a chance to have the winner right.
But this is, I think if I check the brackets here in a second, but if they do match up, I believe it's going to be against Duke in the Final Four.
Did State lose?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
was gonna say, yeah.
Because everybody's obviously the most picked team to win was Duke.
Yeah.
Or should I say Zion? But this is the team that can actually
Play defense?
do it because they have the length. You know,
Sure.
they have the depth. There's a reason why just a couple nights ago when Michigan and Texas Tech played,
Jesus fuck.
it proved. It proves.
How many in the first half?
It's a slobber knocker.
It proves the style of Jim Beeline that you live and die by the 3, and you have
1
that
for
bad night.
22. Of course you're going to fucking die.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, that's his style. That's his style, especially with this team that we have this year that had 0 shooters pretty much.
I was wondering that because
It proves that that was the number 1 and number 2 team in the nation in defense.
yeah.
Playing against each other. So it was either going to be down to the wire to a last second layup
Sure.
or a complete fucking blowout, which it was.
Did you see Duke's game?
Yeah,
Oh,
they had another one. They had another one.
Back to back.
Hey,
another one.
and I was kind of talking about this with somebody yesterday, and he was like, "Wow, they get lucky again." I'm like, "Lucky again?" Or like, does it just seem that the good players always have luck on their side?
Like, they just know how to make that last 0.3 second basket.
Like,
Superstars get superstar calls.
yeah,
That's any sport.
that's what I'm saying though. Is like,
Jordan push-off.
So, but you know what I'm saying is like, so Zion chases this guy around. It's kind of like they basically alley-oop it in because there's like 1.1 seconds or something like that. And the guy just kind of tips it and tries to like tip it into the basket because he didn't want to hold on to the ball too long, and he just misses it. It looked like an easy shot, looked like a perfect play. It was probably the best look they were going to get, and he just missed. And Zion was right there.
Yeah, that presence, just in general, can alter it just a little bit.
But you know what I'm saying?
You don't know.
So he's saying that he's like, oh, it's
that is a
lucky because
breakdown.
if he makes that, it's a tie game or going to overtime. But he didn't, and it just seems that those star players get lucky.
More than
More than the average player.
I honestly think that the only thing that's lucky in sports, and that's because I don't really go with that's luck or even say that much, is a hole-in-one in golf. Like, that's legit. That's legit. That's the only...
Oh, it's not luck. Do it again.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the only thing that you can sit there and be like...
Accurate.
Well, fuck. Like, because now you're thinking about it. All this shit's going to run down, and it's not going to happen. Like, legit. That's
Even the best players in the world don't get hole-in-ones.
No, probably ever in their fucking careers.
You know, so...
You look over. Did I really just fucking do that? Did I go in?
Was somebody recording?
I was listening to...
No, they know everybody's
I was listening to a talk show
Always.
on the way to work the other morning, and they were talking, and
No
they're
way.
saying, like, one of the hardest... one of the hardest...
what they do on
Like, one of the
talk
hardest things... it was a sports
Pretty sure
talk
they
show.
mumble.
But, fuck
That
off.
fucking mumble rap. Fuck off, loser. That mumble talk show.
Weird beard.
Your beard's weird. He's yelling on the mic.
But...
Why you yelling at the mic?
They were saying, you know, getting a hole in one is probably the hardest thing in sports.
It probably is.
Now-
I agree, probably.
Now, would you rather have a hole in one that, you know, you hit it off of, let's say, 2 other objects, it goes in, or flush straight through?
Oh, flush straight through, 100%.
Like, which one are you claiming, like,
The
fuck
flush.
yeah. Like,
Hell yeah, dude, the flush shot, boom, right in there.
do you have that same excitement?
Absolutely.
You have the same excitement if you hit it off of pretty much like
Yes.
hit it off 2 different things. It
Because
goes in,
if
or
then you're like,
flush.
oh. And anyways, if you make it and get a hole in one, you're still going to be like, holy shit, I can't believe I actually did that.
I'd fucking retire. Like, I'd just straight be like, I'm done.
The first time I ever went golfing,
Drop the club.
I don't know if you know the
Club drop.
I don't know if you know the golf course. It's on it's just north of 696 in Berkeley, by the Detroit Zoo.
Yes, I do.
So there's a par 3 it's like hole 9 or something like that. I hit the ball. First of all, I walk up with a 5-iron, and everybody's like, a 5-iron?
What are you doing?
Yeah, why are you using a 5-iron? I'm like, no. All right,
I got this.
I don't know what I'm doing. All right? They're like, yeah, we know. That's why we're telling them to try to switch the club. And I'm like, I don't know. I went to the driving range. I seem to have most control with this 5-iron, right? And I walk up there, and I just chip it, and everybody's mouth is just like, all their fucking jaws dropped. Landed 3 inches from the hole. Didn't go in a fucking course, but but first time I ever went golfing, I put a ball 3 inches from the hole.
Yeah. Like,
Shot like
You almost did it.
You tried.
Shot like a 137.
To answer your question, though, John, I'm going to go with Happy Gilmore for 800.
but I mean, that was all in the hips, man.
It's all in the
But yeah,
hips.
I mean, that's the only thing that I'm gonna ever say when it comes down to sports. Is
God, it's the only thing.
That's
dude.
luck.
It's the only thing.
That's luck,
The only thing a
because-
golf player can tell you that is like, I can confidently hit the ball into that
Yeah,
area.
like, don't get me wrong. It takes talent to obviously put fucking how they do backspin and
Yeah,
all this other
sure.
shit with a fucking object. Can basically, you know, they're controlling the object to do it.
Yeah.
That's hard because I think it's
They're
easy.
fucking professionals.
Well, but I think it's easier for somebody to learn how to put backspin kicking a football.
All you gotta
rather
do-
than is fucking hitting a golf ball.
No. To do it with a golf ball, you just got to keep tapping LB and put down on the left.
Very simple, John.
Very simple. And you can do it. You can change the spin in midair too. So
This isn't Roy McIlroy. Fucking,
I've been having a lot of fun.
Well, I
doing
just
that,
want to
okay?
say, John over here said, would you rather? And it made me instantly think about our dumb-ass cliffhanger.
yeah, Will.
Yeah,
Will?
John. Was it on
What
review?
the fuck kind of question was that, first off?
It was
It's
in
still
honor.
gay.
It was in honor of me because I'm probably the most
John
fucked
did it
up.
before.
I'm probably the most fucked up, thoughtful person here.
All right, so let's throw it back out there for the fans and the audience, see what they got going on.
All right. Well, Will,
React-
if you
react
guys haven't known, Will asked the question of, is it wrong?
No,
That wasn't the question.
no. He said gay. He said, "Is it gay?"
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, is it gay? Is it gay?
Is it spectacular?
Tom Brady is gay.
Now,
That's
perfect.
perfect. Tom Brady is spectacular.
Anyway, so the question was, is it gay if you let a male dog lick peanut butter off your dick?
No, it
balls.
doesn't matter. If it's,
Oh, not
doesn't
the
matter
shaft.
if it's a male or female dog.
That was the part. Like,
Well, first off, it's gay if it's a male dog,
First of
and
all,
it's bestiality in
fucked
general. Like, completely
yeah, it's just fucked up.
I don't even know how that could have been our cliffhanger. The fact that we like let that be our cliffhanger.
I didn't really have a choice. He just kind of boom sent
Like,
it.
yeah, there's our
I am an
cliffhanger.
IT guy.
Are you gonna let a dog lick your balls? Click.
Aeryks. And we're just gonna cut.
yeah, that was just be funny on the conversations that Will and I were having when we.
They got very dark humor.
Yes, very dark, very dark. That's where it came from.
So yes, it is gay.
Yeah, it's gay and wrong and bestiality and
I think you go to jail for it.
Let's please not ask
Only
questions
for
like
caught.
that.
I mean,
Oh
Yeah.
my!
Let's please not ask questions like that going forward.
That was just something to be.
this is part of my podcast too. I can ask what I want.
That was just
Well,
stupid
I'm
funny.
asking you, please let's not ask that type of question.
Tell me how to live
But no,
my
anyway,
life.
so let's go back to me saying let's do some bold projections.
God, what kind of ship are we running over here?
Let's do.
Do we even run?
I got a comment for that.
What?
You ever watched what movie was it with Tom Hanks when they were on the boat?
I'm the captain now. It's,
Look at me.
This is my
Captain
boat.
Phillips.
Now. This is my boat now.
Look at me.
This is my boat now.
This is my podcast now. I run the show.
That's what kind of boat.
Nick,
we're
buy his back.
Oh,
Is he gonna give us like any like money?
I mean, he wants to go back, and now he's not even paying attention. Like,
Right.
He brings up the topic, and welcome back, Aeryk. I'm glad
Hey,
you can.
hey,
sit
I'm
down with
talking
us.
like that, Mr. I sit on my phone the whole time.
Nick, if you hear this,
Conversation.
PayPal me.
Fuck you.
jcombo54@gmail. You owe me from last episode.
I think you owed him actually.
No. Well, I did lose a bet. I paid up though.
He did pay up.
Did.
Instant.
All right, bold predictions.
Bold predictions. What we're gonna do, like 3 or
Sure.
This is your call.
It's your
you
segment.
brought
You
this
brought it
up.
up.
Yeah, let's do 3 bold predictions. If you want to do them for fantasy or just regular
anything in
season
general?
coming up. No, for the NFL season.
Oh, NFL.
All right, I'll go first. Lions winning the division. Browns winning the division. Aeryk placing last in all his fantasy leagues.
Oh,
You're talking to a champ. I hope you know that.
I'm a champ too, bud.
No one cares.
No one cares about you.
wow. Eric's got to be very specific when he brings up fantasy football because he's like, shit, in this specific league.
No, in both leagues I won.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, you know.
Let's go look at the third one.
What third one?
Yeah, exactly. You're just brushing it off like it never happened.
I don't even. What
I
third
just feel
one?
like this. I'm a champion, but also I've never placed in last place.
I haven't placed last
Wow,
either.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Timmy? Oh, damn, beer bitch.
Unbelievable.
Catch me.
I
on the
let
Lions.
him
How
win.
about that?
Damn, he let you win? Damn. Silence.
A win's a win.
He's not wrong, Tim.
All right.
All right, so those are 3
So how do you-
bullshit
Yeah,
bold predictions, but okay.
That's
It's my opinion. I can do whatever I want.
I'm Tim Harper, and this is my podcast. Your predictions are wrong.
Your face is pretty wrong, but here we are.
Thanks, man. All right, Tim, over to you, pal.
This is why Eric doesn't get to do anything. God damn
I don't
it.
even know what that means.
I wonder if he notices every time he goes back and listens to the podcast, you only leave it up for like 14 hours for him to listen, and then you actually cut him out.
Wait, what?
Every segment.
His mic doesn't even work.
Fair enough.
It doesn't have a red light on. It means it's muted.
Shit.
All right, but I'll take. Let's see. I'll take definitely Browns winning division.
Oh, you're gonna
Is
say
that
the same
bold,
shit
though?
he said?
Is
Is
it-
that bold,
I
or
guess
is
it's
that
not.
just us reading paper?
I want to hear some
Bold.
bold ass predictions.
Both
Like,
Both of them. Scrap that
All right.
up.
Let's see. It's not just something I can just
Silence.
I know. I mean, there's a.
bold predictions. Let's see. Oh, my first one. I actually talked about this yesterday. Joe Flacco's career gets a little bit of career revival. Gets talked into being potential MVP player next year. Brings the Broncos back into relevance for a little bit.
That's pretty bold.
I want to just say that I read an article saying that if Joe Flacco doesn't work out in Denver, John Elway's the next quarterback to leave Denver.
Wow.
That's a knee slapper, Will.
He probably doesn't even get
So-
the joke. It's fine.
So my first one is going to be, I'm going to say Joe Flacco.
What does that do? He's like the owner or the GM or whatever. He'd be out of there. I get it.
He used to be a quarterback.
I fucking know that.
But,
just
so
making
my bold
sure.
prediction is Joe Flacco, 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
It's pretty bold.
And then I'll take...
You said 3-5.
Huh?
Yeah.
You said okay.
4,500 yards.
4-5. Oh,
Yeah.
4,500 yards.
that's bold right there.
That's bold.
The air is gonna. I mean, the thin air is gonna help him.
Yeah, no,
also.
He's still got a fucking monster cannon of an arm.
No, I'm just saying though. What you
A
throwing?
cannon.
What
I
you
won't
throwing
call it
out
a
4 or
monster
5?
of a cannon
That's
anymore. Still a cannon, though.
4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
That's pretty bold.
So that's, I think... And then I think, let's see. This is not easy.
You want us to come back? You got anything going on?
Man, let's just wait on this third one, and then we can just go.
Fucking
I mean,
two
the
more,
first one does the
apparently.
first one really count because he said the same thing that Will said.
I mean, it does. I
Bet
mean,
on that.
It's,
Called that 3 episodes ago.
Yeah, where do you think I got it from? I listen to these like fucking 4 times a day. What do you mean?
All right.
whoa.
No, it's like 4 times while I'm uploading it. Trying to, yeah.
Timmy said that they're going to the fucking Super Bowl.
He did say that.
So-
If you want to say that, that can be
Yeah,
counted
you can
as a
say that.
bold.
You, can
To
just,
be fair,
you did say that.
He had a
barely
lot of
remember
water that
If
day.
you want to back yourself up on that, you can throw
I
that out
barely
as a bold
remember that.
prediction. I mean, you did already try to put him at the division leader, so I mean, if you want to throw it in there,
I mean, they are going to win the division. They're the favorites to win the division.
That is
Continue.
true.
Continue. I'm not saying you're wrong. Continue.
I will say
See.
you're wrong though because your opinion's wrong.
My opinion's the only opinion that counts. on this show.
Harper. This is my podcast. My opinion's
So
always
fired.
right.
All right, Kerryon Johnson runs for 1,200 yards.
Whoa,
Okay,
that's bold.
That's bold, especially behind that line that we were just talking about not existing.
And then we'll go Odell Beckham Jr. only has 700 yards receiving.
Ooh,
Okay.
ooh, that's
I was
like
honestly
chipping
waiting for a
that.
fantasy
That's chipping
one
that
for the
mind.
third one, not gonna lie, but,
But
all right.
the funny thing is I think that the Browns are going to be good, and I think they're going to be successful. I just think somebody else is going to ball out there.
I say that. Yeah, that was a little chip at one of my bold predictions.
Let's see.
My first bold prediction is that Baker Mayfield will win MVP.
I was thinking about saying that.
Baker
because I
Mayfield
love Baker
Whoa,
Mayfield
will win MVP.
because he's the fucking man.
The targets this man has now, he's got Odell to go deep with the spectacular catches. He's got Jarvis Landry
I
eating
think
up the
Landry's
slot
the one
now.
that's going to ball out.
And he's got Callaway, right? The rookie last year?
Yeah, it's all Callaway.
Yeah, and then you got Njoku. You got Nick Chubb. You got Kareem Hunt coming. He's got surrounded by weapons and talent. And he was almost the rookie of the year last year. I see
was-
him taking
You
a
guys got to
big
remember,
step.
though.
I agree
You gotta
with you
remember,
because
though, they
that
did
was one of my-
trade one of their better offensive
Yeah,
linemen,
they did trade.
so-
They did trade the
I just
right
don't
guard
think
of the
that-
Giants.
It's on the
as
left
long-
side at that.
I think
on the
as
left
long
side,
as that
so.
line is like pretty decent, Mayfield will make it work.
That's a bold one I'm throwing out there. Second bold prediction is that Tom Brady will not be a top 10 fantasy quarterback next year.
Whack.
Whack
He
quack.
will not be a top 10 fantasy quarterback next year. And then the last bold prediction I got is that Jesse James will have 9 touchdowns.
No, he won't.
Oh man.
All right, I will bet you buy in.
He already bet me.
He
I
won't do
said
more.
half the
He won't.
buy-in.
He won't do more than one buy-in.
That's all he needs.
In one league.
I tried to get him on 2 of them, but he wouldn't do it.
Wow.
Is that not bold though? Do you want me to go somewhere else? I mean,
No,
I
you're
said that
good. I
last
mean,
time.
It's bold because
You're
it's
good.
not even going to
You're
be
good.
close to happening.
I mean, that's
Alright.
that's your prediction. You
I got
know.
a question.
bold
What do you think? How do Ohio people feel about Baker Mayfield?
I thought that when they drafted him. I thought that when they drafted him. I'm like, shit, fuck it.
The disrespect in Ohio State
I love it.
when he slammed the flag in the center of the field.
And then he took their team in irrelevancy.
Yeah.
8-7-1.
yeah.
Yeah,
So is it worth it?
You hit him
Absolutely.
you hit him with the college. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
We drafted him.
See, because I mean,
Yes, that's what I wanted. Let's go.
see, I mean, I'm big on I carry over just as a fan my college, love for University of Michigan and over into the NFL. I do.
Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
but
That
yeah, I
Peppers
wouldn't-
Browns jersey.
if I was,
Oh wait, that's irrelevant. Now I forgot.
I'm gonna go spray paint it blue. But yeah, you already did your predictions, all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with something that actually just came about with the recent trade in the NFL. I'm gonna go with Jordan Howard rushing over 1,000 yards.
Nice.
Ooh, that's bold. I mean, can I?
That's the point of this segment.
Because I mean, Philly has been proven over and over again to use running back by committee.
Yeah.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
And they still have J.J.
No, they don't.
They don't have J.J.?
No.
Okay, then that lowers the boldness in my eyes a little
I
bit,
just
but it's
think-
still bold. Still bold.
Okay. And then
It's, I'm gonna go. Pretty much, he revives everything. You know, obviously, what was going down in Chicago for him, and shows that he's obviously worth more than a fifth or a sixth round pick, whatever the fuck it was,
I want to say
for
six.
next year's draft, not this
Yeah.
year's.
So hold on, quick Where is J.J. still a free agent? Or did he get signed? I didn't
signed.
see any.
He signed somewhere. I forgot where it was.
I didn't get any notification.
Last thing I remember, I think he signed with the Colts.
ooh, I don't think so. I feel like I would have known that.
Yeah, because you watch Pat
I
McAfee's
listened to
podcast.
Can't watch a podcast, Aeryk.
Fuck off,
You
loser.
sure the fuck can?
Yeah, I mean, technically, yeah.
They literally.
so
I know
that's
they
two.
record
That's just
Twitter
one.
all the time.
We'll be
That's
there
just one.
eventually.
Oh, I thought you... Okay,
No,
that's
yeah,
your first one?
because Jordan Howard ran over 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
J.J. is technically still on Philly right now,
Oh, okay.
He's not there though.
but he is. He's still signed to the team.
Oh shit.
I was like, yeah, I didn't
But
see
it says
that he
Philadelphia
got-
Eagles. J.J. realizes team might be moving on.
Yeah, because
So he's
I read
so he is
something
still
that he.
there. Okay.
I read something that he met with whoever, but
Well, that makes it a little more bolder back again.
but yeah.
Back
But-
up a little bit because
yeah, I'm still sticking to it.
no, that's a bold
And
prediction.
then I'm gonna go Baker Mayfield is a top 4 quarterback taken off of the board in redrafts in fantasy football. Top 4.
Okay.
So you think?
I mean,
So you think he'll
see
be
that.
in the first 5 rounds in fantasy football?
Yes.
It's gonna be Mahomes, Rodgers, Wilson.
Brady always goes no matter what.
I think it's gonna go Mahomes, Rodgers,
Mayfield.
Mayfield, or
Because look at the weapons that are
Dude,
around.
those
you
two-
just
those
need to
two-
understand. Remember the names. People are so dumb.
Yep.
It's gonna go Rodgers, Brady, Mahomes, Mayfield.
I think Mahomes is gonna be one of the first picks. He's gonna go in the first round regardless.
I just hope somebody
Even
takes
in
Jared
redraft.
Goff first.
Even in redraft, I think Mahomes is gonna get snagged in the first round.
Whoa.
And that, if you want to count that as a fourth bowl prediction, but I don't think Mahomes is making it out of the first round.
And then
Who would you rather have, Tyreek Hill or Patrick Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not drafting Patrick Mahomes over Tyreek Hill though.
I might be.
Not now.
Depends if Tyreek Hill gets in trouble.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's obviously a factor, but and then third bold prediction for the NFL is that Josh Rosen goes to the Patriots.
Ooh, that is a bold prediction.
He goes to the Patriots.
So they trade up, or Arizona trades. How is that?
They trade Josh Rosen for
Tom Brady.
Say-
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Yes! yes!
But
Trade for a 43-year-old quarterback. We'll trade our 23-year-old.
This just
I'm
in,
not-
Tom Brady retires.
yes!
I can't confirm it, obviously, if they have a first round pick this year.
I think
But
they do. Fairly certain
I would
they do.
say they toss out that first round pick and probably like a sixth.
I don't know. Their first
Something
round
like
pick ain't
that.
really worth anything.
I mean, their first round pick is pretty much a second round anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think it's in the higher 20s.
yeah, so that's where
Isn't
that's
it
where I
not
think.
32?
No, they don't have that pick.
How?
They either traded away previous years or something. I just know
Oh.
that they don't
I
have
think it goes off of well, obviously it goes off record and then it goes like your placement through.
Yeah, well, that's of course, but I'm fairly certain that they don't have the last pick of the first round this year. Fairly certain. Could be wrong.
Yeah, right.
You're looking it up, but I don't think that they have. The,
Yeah, they do. First
they do?
round, number 32 overall, original. And then they have second round, 56 overall via Chicago. Second round, 64 overall, original. And then, yeah.
Huh. I don't know why. For some reason, I felt like whenever I was watching the mock drafts going across the bottom of the screen, I always see them in the 20s, like
Because I can see
27.
because I can see
Maybe
them.
that's them trading up.
I can see them
Possibly.
staying where they're at if they keep that first round pick. If not,
I just see it
load
hard
up a couple mid round draft picks for him. Seeing that this is a defensive.
Arizona's
draft.
in the situation to where they could ship Josh Rosen to any single team and still take.
They want
Kyler Murray.
Well, the head coach wants Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're in a good position.
That's where it comes down to if you have that good relationship with the coach, GM, and the owner.
Yeah, but
if you buy in on that coach's scheme of, hey, this is the quarterback I want, I need him here for us to succeed. It's all about your confidence in that guy.
But the whole
if
thing
he fucks up,
how many years is on Josh Rosen? Does he have 3 more?
Yeah, he's on that rookie deal.
Yeah.
So it's 4 total.
4 total.
And he played 1 year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's got 3 left. All right, then that makes sense. I was gonna say because if he only has like a year left, then nobody's gonna trade for him like the Patriots because he's gonna sit behind Tom Brady 1 year and then be like,
and then he can't.
Where's my money?
And when you draft somebody like that, I believe you can't. If you cut him, you're getting hit by the cap.
No.
You're getting because most of that's obviously bulked up because those guys are in their first contract.
sure.
You know what I think would be kind of cool? Just a little segment for like next week. We do like our own, not even first round, but our own top 10 mock draft, each of us. Who we think's going in the top 10 if you want to do like people trading up and shit like that, or just a little something out there. Have a little fun.
We doing fantasy football. We doing.
We could do a
NFL
mock draft for the
draft.
NFL draft, and then if you want to do a mock draft for top 10 in fantasy,
When is the actual draft?
April 17th.
Yeah, 24. No.
It's a Thursday. I know that. So if you want to pull up a calendar, it's on a Thursday.
Sure. That's your response for everything. Sure. This guy's doing it. Sure.
But no, I think it's the 17th. 17th is either that or Game of Thrones.
Thursday, April 25th.
So then the 17th is Game of Thrones.
Can't wait.
Can't fucking wait.
If you guys are wondering, my nickname's Jon Snow.
You wish. Fucking wish, pal.
Do you want to be Jon Snow?
Absolutely.
Cousin fucker.
Speechless.
There's nothing to say.
Shit. In his defense, Daenerys is fucking hot.
So
if your cousin was hot,
They're not really cousins.
well, it's his aunt.
Oh,
Even
so
worse.
then it's not his cousin.
I mean, it just sounded obviously that was a funnier term to use. I'm not gonna be like aunt fucker. Like that's just weird.
Yeah.
then you'd be like, like first thing in
I
your
just
head, you're
remember that
fucking
they
an
were
aunt.
related. It's been like feels like so long since I've seen the last episode.
Oh man, I remember that shit like it was fucking yesterday.
God, he got you.
Fuck off, Tim.
All right, well, come on.
Yeah, do you guys even watch? Do you guys watch Game of Thrones?
I do not.
I have.
I will eventually. I don't really have the time.
It's a good show.
It's
Good
really
show.
good.
There's a lot of time to invest into a show.
It's at the beginning, just like the show. It's dry,
Sure.
but
The first episode, somebody
And
gets,
they
meets
get
up.
cut.
It meets up. It gets going.
yeah.
It's fucking like
We'll see. I'll eventually get into it. I
Really
got some,
intense. One of my favorite / worst episodes was the Red Wedding. That's all I'm saying.
That's badass. That
That
was
was
badass.
one of my favorite episodes, and it was the worst.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, and then what else happened? What's out? Sunday you got Walking Dead season finale.
Yeah.
I don't really keep up with
I
that,
haven't
but
I
watched
do.
Walking Dead the
I
last,
do.
like,
I
2
keep up with
seasons.
it. I love that shit.
Like tomorrow Sunday or like
yeah, I believe so.
I don't watch Walking Dead either. So
I'm caught behind with obviously getting back on a normal work schedule, but like I've been trying to
Catching
keep
up.
up. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm within like 2 episodes of.
yeah. I'm gonna start getting back into just staying at home and watching Netflix more. So I can start catching up on TV shows.
Yeah.
I don't get to watch anything because I'm normally it's work, sleep, go out, work.
Speaking of that,
party.
Yeah,
Speaking of just like TV shows, obviously we all know all of us are big Marvel fans.
yep.
I don't know if we talked about it last week about Deadpool and everybody, along that line getting signed over and they're actually part of the MC universe now.
Yeah,
about time.
The X-Men and everything too.
Not all of them, but majority of them.
I thought it was funny. I saw a picture and it was like, was it Sony?
Was it Thor?
No, it was like Sony.
I shared that.
He's like, we let you have Spider-Man, or we let you have him for Like, what is
We
it?
finally let you have the boy.
Oh, yeah, and you kill him all.
It's fucked up.
Oh, God, it was so funny. It was so funny. But, I mean, obviously, he's not really dead. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, he obviously comes back. He's
Obviously.
got the new movie coming out with Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to be that good.
I think it's going to be pretty good.
I think the movie's going to be good. I think he's going to be bad Mysterio.
I think Jake Gyllenhaal is a very underrated actor.
I think so, too, but I don't think he's going to fit the...
Southpaw top 5.
It was end of watch, dick face.
Talk about bold predictions.
I only like the soundtrack.
Southpaw did have a really good soundtrack.
I like the movie. I do like the movie, actually.
And I love Rachel McAdams, so.
Well, it's a really good movie, but...
50 Cent also. Shout out Curtis Jackson.
God damn it.
Zane, go to bed?
Power is such a great show, dude.
Power is a great show.
Yeah.
Oh my
I love
God.
that show. You know what's funny is like I get into TV shows based on like whatever they're watching at the house when I get home from work, and they're watching Power. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is a great show.
Since we're on this subject, we're not gonna do a top 5. We'll just do a top 3 like we just did.
Nice
Yeah.
and simple.
Your top 3 binge watching worthy TV shows.
Okay.
Your own?
You're
Like your own opinion.
Your
It
own.
doesn't have to be like
Your
one-
own.
like
Well,
the
your
best.
opinion-
All right, so
Yeah,
Eric's
your
excluded
opinion-
from excluded from this list. Then
But yeah, like your
Fuck
top,
him.
your top 3. Like if you were going somewhere and you're traveling, and you had to download 3
3 TV shows.
3 TV shows. No matter how long the seasons are, but just
I got my 3.
All right, you go first, then, Big Shot.
Right.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, The Office, Naruto. That's my top 3.
God, he came in so confident,
Yeah.
like somebody was gonna judge him for something.
You guys all judge me.
Your point?
Damn it, he's bringing fucking Gossip Girl with him too.
can I have a carry-on?
It's in the back pocket.
Yeah.
It's probably the same bag that bottle of wine came in.
It was one time, man.
It's a big ass bottle.
That was Courtney's.
He is
Yeah.
home alone.
Eric was in his fucking feelings last night drinking wine,
Said
so
Craig's gone.
no
Peanut
dog
butter's
here.
out.
I didn't even know we had peanut butter.
Oh, don't lie.
Oh man.
All right, fair enough. Last week, when you slammed it on the table, I found out that I had it. How's that?
Ooh, I can put that to use.
I'm going. My top 3, I would say. I'll throw Sons of Anarchy in there.
That's a good one.
Friday Night Lights.
Ah, great show.
Love it.
I haven't watched the show. I like the
What?
movie. I have not watched that show.
What, dude? Are you kidding me?
What?
That's a must watch. Like
You have to.
Yes.
By next week, you need to be balls deep in the fucking Friday Night Lights.
Dude, it's
Pretty much
just like
completed,
so. It's
bro.
like roughly based off the movie.
It's better than
I was saying the movie is
I
incredible.
think it's better than the movie.
I
So
mean,
Okay.
fuck yeah.
100%.
I think it's better than the movie.
I just thought it was like
We got Tim
not even
Riggins over here.
something.
Saw that one coming.
No, great fucking show, dude.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta check it out then.
Yes.
For some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, whenever I would like flip past it on Netflix or whatever, it just seemed like it was like I didn't know it was like actual like TV show. I thought it was like
Yeah.
talking about like documentaries of like high school
Yeah.
games. And shit
That's
like
actually
that.
one. That's actually one of the things that Michael B. Jordan started off in.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's one of
Fucking
his
breaking
first-
news. Your monthly price for Netflix is going up to $12.99 on April 30th.
Yep. Unsubscribe.
Never mind, I'm not going to say it on the podcast.
No, but great show.
yeah.
You
We're
gotta
watching all
look
this shit for free.
It's really yeah. It's really
I watch porn
drama
too.
filled, but it's really good. It's football, you know.
yeah, no, okay, all right. Like I said, I just didn't know that it was like an actual
Like,
show.
like I was so attached to watching that show, especially because it was already like completed by the time I watched it, and I was able to binge watch it.
You just binge watch it. That's what I
I
did,
felt like I was a part of the fucking team, bro.
dude. Clear
Like-
eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
like, I felt like I was a part of the
all
team.
right, I'll definitely check it out.
And then some of the actors that are in the show were in the movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so some of them
All
are.
right.
Yeah, you gotta definitely check it out.
And then number 3, I mean, I don't want to stay in the sports range or go back towards the SOA type deal. I know, right? Like, I want to so bad.
Fucking show, dude. Blue Mountain State. I want to watch it again so bad because of how awesome that show is. Have you never seen it?
I've watched bits and pieces. I haven't like binge watched it.
There's only two people in this world. There's people that like Blue Mountain State and people that can't really get into it.
Yeah. Are wrong. Fucking mojitos.
So where are you going then? Is that where you're going?
I want to so bad, but I can't. I'll probably piss myself watching that shit over and over.
I love that show, dude.
Thad Castle.
God, they have the Thad Castle movie.
Yeah, I know.
Zach loves that fucking show.
Oh,
Dude, it's a fucking... Yeah, I told you, there's two kinds of people in this world.
Yeah. No, but number 3, it's tough, but I'll have to end up going with somewhere in the likes of Breaking Bad. Even though I wasn't like really into it, but it's something that like I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool.
I'll say, I'm pretty sure you talked about it on like either the first or second podcast that I haven't watched a single episode of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I'm not... I tried to get into Breaking Bad.
I
watched...
told me you're like, oh, let's make drugs. Oh, let's not. Oh, let's do it then. Oh, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't. Okay, well,
that's
well,
literally what it is. I hate it, dude. I just can't... I watched 2.5 seasons and I just couldn't get into it.
I would say I'll just go Walking Dead.
That's fair.
I'll go Walking Dead.
I can't believe you...
Walking Dead or Game of Thrones.
I was going to say, I can't believe Game of Thrones was one of the ones in there.
Well, Game of Thrones are hour-long episodes.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that you watch.
Those are fucking movies.
Exactly. That shit resonates with you, though. Like, you don't have to binge watch that. Like, you watch that and you, like, feel accomplished after each episode.
Yeah,
like,
I made it.
Hour long, bro.
On to the next one. Like, let's see what fucking happens. Like, you don't want to go back. You don't want to go back.
And then when it's the season finale, it's like, you know how, like, on The Walking Dead, because the commercials and shit, it's an hour long, but it's actually 30 minutes broken down. And they extend it 15 minutes, so it's a 45-minute episode, really. But it's like, oh, an extra, it's going to be a 90-minute episode.
Yeah.
No, they do this shit on Game of Thrones. Mind you, it's on fucking HBO. So it's like, oh, extra 45 minutes. So you're watching a fucking movie. It's fucking hour 45. Like, ain't no commercials in that shit. You watch that and be like, fuck, what happened to the day, bro?
That's
Watch like 3 or 4 episodes in his bedtime.
That's going to be my problem, is like, I got to catch up.
Speaking of that shit, did you guys see that one company that's offering like $5,000
to binge watch
all the Marvel movies?
Yeah, Marvel movies.
I might do it.
You got it.
What, 21 movies?
Yeah.
I think they did the calculation. It's almost like 2 days worth. Yeah. I'm all for it. Fuck it. 2 days for $5,000.
Your top 3?
Binge watching shows. This is tough because I normally don't binge watch shows, but
The Office.
I've only seen bits and pieces of The Office. Honestly, I'm that guy. I was actually thinking it. I am gonna have to go Blue Mountain State. I have to do it.
Fucking great show.
Law and Order SVU.
Okay.
Hey, they just announced season 21, so longest live action show in history.
Yeah.
Number 3,
Water.
probably have to go with Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Rick and Morty.
All right. My first one, How I Met Your Mother. Fucking love
Great
that show.
one.
Love
Great
that show.
One. I don't know
Great
how
show.
that wasn't on my top 3, but
I gotta go. I just love that show. I could
It's
literally just sit
fucking
there.
amazing.
You know, the first time
MPH makes it for me.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
He makes it for me.
100%.
All the characters on that show to me are just awesome.
I bought.
yeah, they're all pegged perfectly.
Yeah.
I bought the book called The Bro Code.
Oh, did you?
It's a little soft cover book.
It's just
like
I think Zach had that too.
like
He had it in his
150
bag.
You know what's
things
funny
there.
is like I saw this so I saw it like when I was in high school. We'd go to my buddy's house, we'd eat lunch at his house or whatever, and like it was always on in the background, and I was like, oh, that show looked kind of interesting, or whatever, and then we'd get stuck watching it and be like, oh shit, we're late for school.
Being broke and having simple cable.
Simple cable. Please elaborate what the fuck is simple cable.
what Aeryk owns.
Obviously nothing, because we can never get the shit working when we're here,
It's
Will.
the
You guys don't have it plugged in. You don't have the
it's simple
HDMI
cable is
plugged in.
off-brand basic cable.
Exactly. Anyway, so simple cable.
So you get
when all you have is simple cable.
2 channels instead of 4?
You start watching shit like How I Met Your Mother,
But
and
then-
The Big Bang Theory, and
then-
fucking
so it's
King
funny.
of Queens.
So then like I'm scrolling
All
through
good
Netflix.
shows.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through Netflix one time and I'm like, wait a second. And I watch How I Met Your Mother from start to finish, and I'm like, this is one of my favorite shows ever.
But did you say you've never watched the last episode?
I haven't watched the last 2 episodes,
Oh my! I'm just saying.
How can you say from start to finish if you haven't finished?
You're not a fan, bro.
hard facts?
Chill out.
Hey, man.
I mean,
I know what happened.
So
If
do
he
I.
was wrong, I would tell him he's wrong.
I know
but-
what happens too.
But did you see it happen?
Nope.
Yeah, I went on YouTube and watched it.
Oh my god.
Wow, what kind of fake fan are you?
It's like one of those guys that watch like the spoilers for Marvel movies and writes a review.
All right,
Just watch
so then,
the trailer.
moving on.
We're good.
My second one is probably like a show that I can like binge watch like over and over. If I was like, if you were like, you gotta like, if it was like a once through kind of deal, then I would pick a different show. But if it's like a show that like repeatedly watch,
Well, that's what he said.
I know that's what I'm trying to clarify before when I say it, and you guys are gonna be like, yeah, whatever. But Spartacus, fucking love
Spartacus.
Spartacus.
Really good.
See, I watched like 6-7 episodes of it,
Yeah.
and then for some reason I just never put it back on. But it was
Yeah.
really good. I liked it.
It kind of sucks when they change actors. I mean, obviously for obvious reasons they had to change actors, but it sucks a little bit. But I mean, you kind of get used to it, and you just whatever, and it's still pretty fucking good.
I mean, that's what they did with Aunt Viv.
What?
That's what they did with Aunt Viv.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear what you said. So
Oh, yeah.
But-
I mean, they changed actresses.
yeah, but like.
And it still was fine. No one
Yeah,
was like,
it's just weird though because like it was like this is your star in the TV show, and then all of a sudden, nope,
Bye bye.
Yeah, so but still a great fucking show.
Yeah.
And then I'd probably have to go something like Arrow. I love Arrow.
That was good.
Great show.
Yeah, it's one of the rare like superhero type shows that actually keeps.
It just grabbed my
Keep
attention
going.
right away with the
They
way it
keep
was,
going.
being trapped on the island and shit.
Yeah,
and
last
the
one I
flashbacks
seen-
and the jump forwards and
Last one I seen was maybe a little bit after him and Felicity got re-engaged. or
re-engaged. Yeah.
whatever. That was one of the last ones.
How do you think? How do you guys think it's gonna go? With obviously, I think a lot of people are gonna jump ship from Netflix with what you just said with the subscription.
Yeah.
thing. With Disney coming out with their streaming service.
Yeah, but what are they gonna have on
Obviously-
there? Is it gonna be just Disney?
I mean,
No.
it's gonna be
No, because think about it, like all the stuff that Marvel had that was on Netflix, all those shows
Mickey
are
Mouse
canceled.
shit.
Oh
It's just canceled, bro.
It's
so
funny. It's funny how this is gonna start working.
like
Because it's going to turn out to be, it's going to end up being a bidding war between things that don't have their own streaming service or companies that aren't big enough to do their own, like something like Sony where they don't,
Yeah.
they
Sony's
tried
got-
to,
Sony
but
got, that Crackle or whatever.
yeah, like I said, they tried to though, but it was never really that successful.
Yeah.
So it's going to be where Disney's going to take over the world. Because Disney's going to be like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, we're
It's a
buying
conglomerate,
everything.
yeah, they're
And then
buying
it's just going to be Netflix originals on Netflix.
So,
Yeah.
quick question. I mean, none of us named Supernatural. Anybody?
I've watched that before.
I got into
I've watched that
Supernatural a
before.
little bit. I would like to invest more
It
time
was
into
just-
it.
I just haven't seen.
It was
the
just
newest
too.
season that
It was just
came
too
out.
repetitive for me. It was too repetitive. Like
somebody dies.
Hey, me and my brother are going to the
Across
next town.
the U.S.
We're going to the next town over. Oh, there's this thing happening. Let's.
I mean, when did you start watching though? Because then
Shit,
they start
probably,
fighting death. They start fighting the devil. They start fighting God and the angels and shit. Like
I was
well,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like it took too long.
it
for
was
that
a
to
very
happen
long
to
build
me.
up. Like
It's
they're
a-
on their 15th season.
Yeah.
It's finally over. They're gonna end it after this season.
Yeah, like
I mean,
would say
don't get me
got
wrong.
to,
I
like,
think the show's
season,
entertaining. What I
like
watched.
season 3 or 4, bro. Like,
Oh, okay.
you know, like it just like I said, it just got too repetitive. Almost like how certain shows happen, you know, that are on simple cable.
Right. Yeah. No, like, well, see, the thing for me with Supernatural is I was watching it every Friday night when it would come out,
Yeah.
and then, I lost my simple cable, or we got upgraded cable, or whatever happened, and I stopped
I
watching.
never
it.
lose simple cable.
Yeah, you do.
It's fucking simple.
But so
You
like,
lose it when
I
you stop
stopped
paying
watching
for
it,
it.
and then
You don't pay for simple
for
cable.
some, I seen that it was on Netflix, and I was just
Steal it
trying to
from your
figure
neighbor.
out. I was trying to figure out where I left off on it. I couldn't figure out where I left off, so I just kind of watched it. And
They redid it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean,
But
like,
it was. I thought it was really good. I just want to put it as something that I would like binge watch.
Yeah.
But it was really good.
my,
the one thing you would never want to binge watch is motherfucking Lost.
Bro, I
But you don't want to,
No.
don't want to.
dude.
Isn't it
You
like
put
the
you
same?
get so much time invested
dude,
into
and then
a
it just
show,
sucks.
and then and then how it ends on you, bro.
Listen to me,
Ends on you, bro.
Listen
like,
to this.
You pretty much are close to committing
When
suicide.
it was out,
I wanted to.
listen, John. When it was on TV, it was like when like every week. This is obviously like before like when Netflix was like
What
you only get one disc and 5 episodes at a time or
Yeah.
whatever, But like me and my mom were watching it on TV, and
Every week, dude. Oh my.
you know what pissed me off? The fucking hatch. You know how long that fucking? I was like, who's you?
That's like,
But that was like such a good cliffhanger that I was so pissed that I didn't know who it was. I couldn't wait to watch
kids
it.
these days don't get that.
Ah, dude, that was like the best.
They're like, oh, episode's over. 5 seconds till the next episode starts. Like,
But
we
then
had
back
to wait.
in the day, I had
We
to
couldn't
wait
even go to the
6
bathroom.
months,
Yeah.
dude.
Bro, we had to pause it. We had to pit. Like they
Couldn't
can
even
pause
do
it.
that.
Pause
We
what?
have
How
to,
do you
like,
pause
go-
it?
Yeah, we have to
Didn't
go.
have
I
DVR
know, I
back
was
then.
saying it wrong.
Commercials were
They-
a blessing back
That's what I'm
then.
saying. I gotta pee. I worded it wrong. They get to pause
Yeah.
it now, but we had to wait for commercials, and then we're all running. Is it back on yet? No, it's not.
I'll do the issues during the commercial. It's back on.
Dude, I was reading something the other day that like our generation is probably the best generation to run the world
Yep.
for two
Yeah,
reasons.
because we're between the
We're
two
between
different
the two.
generations.
Yeah, we're between the two. First of all, the dumb generation. Sorry, parents. And then the even dumber generation.
Yes.
Not sorry.
Definitely not fucking sorry.
Tekashi 6ix9ine is the best artist ever. Top 5.
Enough with your
three,
bold
top
predictions,
three.
Derek
okay?
Fisher.
God, Derek Fisher.
Oh, man.
No, but you know what I'm saying? though is like we are the ones that have to spend more time in this world than our parents.
True.
But then we're also have lived through the past.
What they lived through.
With, yeah,
and
and I don't know. I just think let's just start chopping the old people up on that are on the top.
yeah, dude, let's run it.
Yeah,
Run it.
Yeah, I mean,
Run.
it's
great videos.
it's when it comes down to generational like differences, like
Sorry.
it's
Definitely our generation.
it's so hard for me. It's so hard for me to like agree like
Kids these days will never know.
the generation is that can run the world.
Suck it.
Because a lot of these motherfuckers like
That's a shout out for Owen.
God damn it!
fuck what I was about to say. Man.
I'm listening, man. I'm listening.
Nah, I
He lost it.
lost it.
God damn
Fucking
it.
lost it.
Too many interjections. I can't help it.
Whoa.
We're all just sitting over here doing the fucking
Got fucking hand
Generation
gestures.
X.
And
Well, while we're on the subject,
Got this guy over here,
WrestleMania
Are
next
You
Sunday.
ready?
Bronco bustering in the corner and shit.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
No, they really can't see me though.
Good God Almighty, he is broken in half.
They were just talking. They just had Pat McAfee just had Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy
Yup.
on his podcast the other day, and it was so funny. He's like, they were awesome back then because I'd be on like a 10-foot ladder and he's 20 feet in the air.
He's like, oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, fucking sends it. God, man, I could never do something like that. You ever get to the top of the ladder?
I get halfway up the ladder and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Not even the
That's kinda
ladder,
hard,
dude. Jeff Hardy did it off the
Titron.
The Titron, dude.
Yeah.
That bitch is like 20, 25 feet in the air.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah, that guy did not care.
I feel like for work a lot of times I have to be on top of like the very top of the ladder, but like I don't like it. I am way too big of a person to be on that step. On the step that says this is not a step.
Yeah. Do you know who I think is like a very, very underrated wrestler who, like, I think obviously he's a Hall of Famer, but he's still underrated to me?
Sure.
Mankind, Mick Foley.
Oh,
That
yeah, dude.
motherfucker is letting you throw him off the cell, slam him on the tag.
He literally was the do whatever you had to do kind of guy. He
Well,
was
yeah,
like the
I mean,
perfect worker,
That comes down to Cactus Jack and fucking Dude Love.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Like,
those kind of people are like the people that like you love to have work for you because you're like, all right, we need somebody that's gonna get thrown off the top of a cage,
Fucking I'll do
30
it.
feet
that
in
was
there.
unscripted though.
Yeah, that was
No, it wasn't.
You talking about the
No,
one
I'm
with the
saying-
Undertaker, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that wasn't.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like I watched an interview with Undertaker
Yeah,
talking about
going
hey, Mick
through
Foley-
the cage or going through the cell too.
Yeah, but like when he was he's like Mick Foley's like you know how like they talk everything out or whatever, and he's like telling Undertaker, he's like, dude, throw me through the table.
Throw it.
Undertaker's like, no, dude, you're crazy. He's like, give the fans what they want. Throw me through the table.
And then he just
Undertaker's
fucking...
like,
Fuck
all
it.
right.
There you go.
Send it.
But like you were saying, underrated. Dude, my man is getting stretchered out.
Yeah.
Halfway up the fucking ramp.
And then rolls off. He's like,
Gets
fuck it, we're
up
still
and
doing
goes
this.
back in. He's like,
Oh,
we're
slam
doing
me
it.
on text like 3 more times.
He climbs back up and he's like, we're
Slam
going
me
to
through
do
it.
it now. He's like,
Dude, I'm
Brian,
telling
did
you.
you see how he lost a tooth in that match?
Yo.
And did you see how he landed when he came through? He literally landed like straight on
his
his neck. I'm like, he's dead.
he's dead. And then he's like,
He gave me one of the best.
again. I'm
He
like,
gave me one of the best moments, like little patches in wrestling. I'll never forget it. The fucking Rock and
Sock connection.
That was probably one of the best fucking things ever, bro. Like that that shit was just fucking hilarious.
Dude, I'm telling you, he's just one of those guys that were like, I'll do what it takes. I got to do what it takes. You know, this is what I want to do, and I want to be the best at what I do. Granted, nobody considers him as the best at what he does,
He's the
but
best
like,
is Shawn Michaels.
not far off.
I'll argue that.
Shawn Michaels is one of my favorite of all time.
I'd argue that.
But
I mean, there's argument's sake, but I mean, like what Austin and The Rock,
No.
Undertaker.
best rivalry.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'll give
best
him that.
best rivalry of all time is Rock and Stone
Stone
Cold.
Cold. I'll give him that.
That's easy.
Oh yeah.
There's no two people that were better.
Chemistry.
Not just chemistry, just entertainment wise.
Yeah.
That too.
You had like the
Especially with
two
their
top
styles,
entertainers.
especially with their styles.
Well,
Yeah.
well, that's the thing. Is like they
To
weren't.
make it
They didn't
clash,
go
too.
against each other that often.
They didn't have
Like,
to. That's
well-
how good of entertainers they were.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, how can that be like the greatest rivalry when they barely? One was on SmackDown, one was on Raw. Like they were.
But that's
it didn't start off SmackDown. I mean, it didn't start off with that separation shit. Everybody was together.
Everybody was on. I know, but I mean, there's still
Well,
Monday Night Raw.
what I'm
and
saying
Friday
though is like
SmackDown
what
and-
makes a good rivalry is the fact that like when they do finally meet, everybody's like about fucking time.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like that on-site mentality. Like
Yeah.
you know, you ain't shit, but when I see you,
It's
I am
going
fucking
down.
you up. You know, like, and that's how it was.
You never seen them two on camera. Not
I
arguing,
think that the
bro.
greatest
Like,
rivalry of all time in wrestling was Stone Cold and Vince McMahon.
That was
yes
just
and
the
no.
Attitude Era, though.
Yes
Yeah,
and no.
that was the
That was.
era.
I think that was a part of like everything. That was a part of.
Literally, they had fucking Iron Man matches against each other. Like they had matches against each other. Motherfucker comes down in a beer truck. He's fucking beating them up with security. Like that is the
I'm
greatest
just
rivalry.
saying, who else got soaked in that beer truck?
A lot of people. Kurt Angle.
They tried with Kurt Angle.
I
They
really
tried,
like Kurt
yeah.
Angle.
They
He's
tried
like one
with
of my
him.
top 3 favorites. I
I'll
really
tell you
like
right now,
Can't
Kurt
wait.
Angle's persona was definitely pushed off onto me exactly how they wanted it to be. Because every time he walked out, I was like, "You fucking suck.
Yeah. Now
You suck."
he's just standing there like, hell yeah, soak it in.
So they definitely did a good job with him because like his whole persona and everything or whatever.
Agreed.
Like hey, everybody's gonna fucking hate me, but like let's fucking do it.
But he
I
wanna go ahead.
I enjoyed watching him, but I definitely was like, yeah, you fucking
An
suck.
Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
Isn't his medal down in the Detroit River right now?
Yeah, thanks, Austin. It was Austin.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks a lot,
Who else?
Austin.
Who else was
The Rock.
that?
It was one of the
Oh,
two.
yeah. But
Austin was the one that was thrown there. He went through the Rock into the river.
yeah, I was gonna say, he's the piece of shit that would do that.
But The Rock, when he got stunner, though, that was the most entertaining
he's-
I've ever had.
That motherfucker sold that shit every time, doing backflips, doing handstands, sticking off of it.
For those,
He got
of you,
stunner standing there like,
Fucking seizures.
for those of you that don't know, Will is also pretty good.
All right, it would have been a lot better if Dalton didn't just actually pull down on my neck.
Dalton almost snapped his neck.
Dalton, all right, first off, Dalton was probably blacked out drunk, but he like gave me the stunner while we were up in Saginaw, and like he actually pulled down my neck. I still played it off though because like
yeah, fuck it.
you got to,
got to.
but like I got up, dude, and I was like, dude, or I didn't even get up after.
Like ruined his day for like the fucking next 2 hours.
Like I literally just laid on this gross ass floor that we had because we always do party. I was like, I can't move. They're like, what do you mean? I was like, my fucking neck hurts. Like I can't.
Fucking yanked on it, dude.
It was literally about 3 or 4 weeks ago
Oh
here.
God.
Well, I'm watching the video.
We got the video.
Oh man, I'm just gonna have to upload this shit.
flipping around doing seizures.
So everybody can see it. We'll,
But it was about
we'll make
like,
sure it gets
was
on
like
Facebook.
3 or 4 weeks ago now. Had a party at my house, and my boy Sleep Jay put him up on my shoulders and fucking
Got
flung him right
looking
onto
like
the
a little
couch.
fucking Spike Dudley and shit.
Oh,
That was also. Those were also good rivalries too.
Yeah.
You know, like the Dudley Brothers,
the Hardy
Edge
Brothers.
and Christian,
Oh my
fucking
God.
the Hardy Brothers, like
They made
that
ladder matches, dude. Oh.
TLC, baby. Like,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
and like it was so crazy how they were able to incorporate all 3 different styles into one, and that's how they came up with that TLC.
Yup.
Because Dudley Boys also
table
always need
tables.
somebody through the table.
Every
Hardy
week.
Boys with the ladders.
Hardy Boys were always fucking
and as a
doing
Christian,
crazy
we're all doing
fucking flips.
concertos and shit.
And then like,
Yeah.
and then just to bring it all together, like, is
They said, you know what? TLC, let's do this shit.
fucking geniuses, bro.
I mean,
The Attitude Era was fucking. It was
it's,
all
not, it's
innovation.
never,
It
it's
was
never gonna be,
constant
it's never gonna happen
shit.
like that again.
Never.
We'll never see anything close to that again.
Too commercial now.
Bro, they had
Facts.
they had buried alive matches and shit.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Shit, fuck Barry Loud Inferno match, bro.
Inferno
Oh,
match?
yeah.
Like, and that was when when
Kane
was
lost like
getting-
8 of them bitches.
He was the reason why they even came about. Like,
He's like, yeah, go ahead. You can catch me on fire whenever you want.
That's
Let's
the
have an
reason
Inferno
why-
match.
I know Undertaker lost more buried alive matches than he won. I know
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, and casket matches.
And casket matches. Those were insane.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, goes to slam the casket. No. Like,
Or like,
okay.
I really still don't understand how they did the whole Paul Bearer being buried in cement.
What do you
Have
mean?
you guys watched that? That video. He was in a fucking glass container, sitting in a chair, locked up. And obviously, it was some type of magician trick and shit. But you watched it filling up with cement.
believe
You
in
might not
magic?
even. Bro, it's not magic. It's sleight of hand and shit. Like, you know, divert you. You're over here. You're looking here.
It's
and
not
you
the
change
question.
shit over here.
That's not the question.
And a young girl's heart. Do you believe in that? But no, so like he's sitting in the so he's sitting in the chair and you're watching this shit and you're watching it go up and it's a big ass thing that he's in and you're watching it surround him and fill up. Then it goes over his head and shit. And I'm like, bro, this guy's dying. He's dead.
On TV, like,
help. Help.
help me.
Like, was there like maybe a trap door that they let him? But if that happens, then you can watch the shit go in too, right? So
Like,
like,
could have been just sand,
but he's still.
wet sand.
How's
that
he
is
covered?
not-
Like,
Wet-
how's
wet
he getting
sand.
where he's not suffocating?
Well, he probably fucking.
Probably knows how to hold his breath for a while.
For a long while, because that shit was live for.
You gotta do what you gotta do. He's a great actor, man.
He's dead. That's what happened. He died.
I mean, as everyone else says, it's just acting. They're good actors. So.
Well, he's good at dying. He's dead.
See ya.
He's the
He's
best
in-
dyer I ever seen.
Dies all the time. God damn it.
So next Sunday, though, April 7th, WrestleMania.
Yeah, man, I haven't
While we're
even.
on the topic,
Yeah,
I only watch pay-per-views
That's-
now, honestly.
that's one thing that I want to go to, but I want to go to like how it was back in the day, like when we were like babies though, like when they had that shit outside.
Yeah,
Like,
when it was fun.
shit like that. Like if it was raining, it's fucking still happening. Like shit like that. Like I want to experience it that way.
100%.
Obviously, I would assume football arenas are mainly used for these things, or basketball arenas are used for all of them. But yeah, back in the day, I think it would have been fucking sweet.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's something I would want to go to now though. I think you're gonna pay way too much to get something that you'll probably have
product.
you'll probably get a better experience on TV.
Yeah.
And which is a bad problem nowadays because everything
Yeah.
is better on TV. Oh, did you see? Was it Atlanta that they dropped all their prices of like concessions?
Yup. It was.
And they actually profited more. Huh. Smart move because they were like, you know what? Instead of selling $1,009 hot dogs, let's sell $10,003 hot dogs.
Yeah.
You know?
Chick-fil-A still closed on Sundays for them, though? What?
Yeah. So
It's God's day.
can we not fucking or can we start doing that with the Lions games or
Well, we did that. We started that whatchamacallit last year.
what?
The little like that like power hour type deal, to where like you
Yeah,
go up there and get like
sucks
$5
sometimes.
boxes type shit, or
but
like
it
$5
sucks.
beers. Yeah, I mean it sucks, but
I mean, you got bottomless popcorn and bottomless pop.
I just want to go to a fucking Tigers game, eat a $3 hot dog,
You said
and a
Lions.
$5 beer.
You said Lions.
Just period.
Yeah,
any
those are-
concession.
He wants to go to a Detroit game.
You know what I'm saying?
$3
Like,
hot dogs.
and not spend $11.50 on a beer.
go to a Vipers game.
Well, how much
Fuck
did we
outta
pay in
here.
Buffalo? It was like $14.50 or something like that.
Yeah, dude,
But
it was something outrageous in Buffalo.
Well, I mean, cost of living there. That
True,
is,
but
like,
I wasn't
that's
like
New York.
Bill's
That's New
Mafia,
York.
man.
I walked in there, I was like, oh, I need 4 talls, and they're like, $52. I was like, I looked at Timmy, he just looked at me, and I was like, fuck it.
we were already drunk. So
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, just because I remember went to the Chris Young concert at the LCA,
Great guy.
and we're at the little sports bar that's right there, eating and drinking before, obviously a little pregame before we go into the concert. They finally opened up the doors. It was $7.50 for a tall beer at the fucking
not bad.
restaurant. $7.50. That's not bad. As
like a
soon as
22 ounce beer?
as soon as I walked in to like actually inside LCA where the concessions were at, beer jumped up fucking $10, bro. I'm like, I'll be right back. I went to the bar, got hammered, then I went to go see like, fuck this.
No, I mean, I can't wait. Actually, we just got our Faster Horses tickets finally paid for.
Yes! First year going,
Dude.
I'm so hyped.
Holla at your boy if you need a tent
Yeah.
or a cot
Oh, I'm
or
definitely
air
getting-
mattress.
definitely
got it
getting-
all.
Definitely getting a tent and cot, but
Got it all.
no, seriously though, the best part about Faster Horses though is like you're so drunk by the time the concerts even start, you don't even have to pay for beer inside the festival. So like, I mean, yeah, the beers are $9.50 or something like that, but they are also tall boys. So
No, they still do it as like that 3-day, weekend.
Yeah,
type
it's
deal.
a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it is. So we're going to that, and so I think it's gonna be a fucking good ass time.
It's going to be a fucking great time.
I can't
I'm
wait.
So
Who's
fucking
headlining
pumped.
this year?
Zach Brown band.
Okay.
Me, myself, and I.
So I don't know. Every year's been the performers last year. Every single person I thought out like. I feel like just people just perform differently at Faster Horses because like I've seen people perform at Faster Horses and then perform like at DTE.
Now, how's it? Now, how is it to where? How many is there concerts going on throughout the day?
Yeah, they start at like
And
2
then-
p.m.
and then like it leads up to that main person.
Yeah, so there's 3 technical headliners. They don't release them technically, but you just know that the bigger names are going to be the headliners. And these concerts typically start around 2 p.m.
Okay.
And then, or those, if anything, those are like your bigger names start at 2 p.m. or big-ish names, And then, then you lead up till I think the last concert's at 9 or something, and then everything's done by 11:30. So, but then Wheeler Walker Jr. like 2 years ago started at 11:30. So,
Shit. It's the best concerts ever, though.
Yeah.
Country concerts,
yeah,
best concerts ever.
Can't relate.
yeah.
Oh man, I was North Carolina. Miranda Lambert, Dierks Bentley. It was my first concert I ever went to. Fucking next thing you know, I'm drunk as shit. Because we bought tickets because we're like, oh, we just got back from, forgot what we were doing, but we all had money saved up. We're like, let's get tickets and sit in a pavilion and shit like that.
Right.
We got drunk, didn't sit in pavilions at all. So we just gave our seats to like a couple old people on the lawn, just fucking getting hammered.
you. Good
And then
Samaritan John.
Next thing you know, we fucking bolted. We fucking bolted down a grill in the tailgate of my buddy's Dodge pickup. Fucking hammered at the end of the concert, just in the parking lot, grilling up all fucking random types of food.
Dude.
Getting sick because it's all uncooked. Like you're drunk as shit. Fucking.
Fuck yeah.
Who cares? I'm hungry.
Dude, I'm telling you though, it's so like you get so drunk,
Yeah.
you're just you wake
You
up
get
at
so
9 a.m.
hydrated.
Huh?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you wake up at 9 a.m. after you went to bed at 4 a.m.
Sounds
and
like me every day.
you like stick your head out the tent, see who's awake, and you're like, oh shit, everybody's already drinking. Fuck. And then you get out the tent.
Environments like that allow you to give women a pass to act like guys out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Is she lifting her leg on that tree?
Yep.
All right, just keep going.
Next.
Like, just keep going. Like, fuck it.
No, yeah, it's a good time. It's crazy. It's a shit show.
I'm ready, dude.
It's a
I'm
fucking
so
shit
pumped.
show. I can't wait. When I bought the tickets, I was just like, I got like goosebumps a little bit. I was like,
When you sent me the text,
Yeah.
I'm like, yes. I'm like at work, and they're like, what's wrong? I'm like, the tickets, fucking going.
yeah. So it's official now. Campsite's paid for. Tickets paid for. It'll be a good time.
Happening.
So, think we're getting ready to
Yeah,
wrap
so
up.
Megan, if you're listening to this podcast, probably not, but you're gonna have to find a babysitter.
Find a babysitter. Thanks.
I think I'm gonna just show up with a bunch of tents. I'm gonna buy a shit ton of them and overprice them.
Okay, why not?
Are you going to Faster Horses, Will?
I don't know.
I'm gonna take that as a no. So me and you can go make this money. But these
We'll drink in the parking lot while everyone's having a good
I'll
time.
fucking sleep in the grass. I don't care.
You probably will one night. I'm not
by
joking.
choice.
Definitely, I'm just saying.
I woke up in an RV like Friday into Saturday night one time, and there was AC on, and I was like, "Who's fucking?" I literally woke up and I was like, "Whose fucking RV am I in?" I'm like, "Oh, there's AC."
Fuck it.
I like rolled over. I'm looking around. I don't see anybody, and I'm like, "All right, go back to bed." Wake back up like an hour later. Somebody walks by me. I'm like, I didn't say anything. Come to find out, it was our buddy Guy's RV. I had no fucking clue though. But like when I woke up, I was like, I'm taking this in. It was fucking 90 degrees, no fucking shade ever the whole weekend. Which I hope it's like that again this year, please. But at the time, I was like, this is miserable.
My balls are sweaty.
Yeah.
I had to walk around there with no drawers on and basketball shorts, bro. Like I wouldn't be able to do that shit.
Oh, dude. It was a good
Sweat
time, bro.
dripping straight down his
Just
thigh.
straight down. Like all this shit's going out. I'm not keeping this shit in, bro. Fuck that.
For our own swamp ass.
Like fuck that.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be it for number 10 here.